Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Awaz. Today we are here to present two most important aspects of better working office environment: unconscious bias and POSH.
Unconscious biases. What is this? You don't know? Do you know? Do you know? Seems that very few people know it.
Wait. Let me tell you. When we, as an individual, when we have a preconceived notion about someone or certain group, without us thinking about their capabilities, that is preconceived or unconscious bias.
Brother, stop. If we take everything now, what will we show in the play?
Point.
So, what do you say? Let's see what are these unconscious biases? Right?
Pinky, I'm telling you, you have been working so hard and you're going to get that team lead thing, huh? 14 projects completed. Crazy.
Okay, we have a special project today, and I'm going to choose Vinay for this project.
But sir, I really worked hard for the projects and I thought I will get the lead. Please give me the chance.
You will also be in this project. You can follow up with Rajiv behind there, and you can take care of whatever office-related needs that there are.
Sometimes your manager might not give you a lead because you're a female employee. And a mindset is set that a male employee could be excellent or very successful in the work. But this should not be happening. Instead, we should give chances to female employees as well. Or rather, we should give chance on the basis of capabilities but not on the basis of gender.
So friends, when you start judging a person based not on their talent but by their gender, that's where exploitation begins. So welcome to our play, where we tell you what POSH is.
POSH, prevention of sexual harassment. Sexual harassment of women in workplace. So how women can use or safeguard themselves through POSH. Let's start the play.
Against harassment!
Raise your voice!
Break the silence.
Make the choice!
Kabir, do you have a minute? I wanted to talk to you about the new team lead position for the new client project. I have hit all my targets this quarter and I definitely think I'm ready for this role.
Look, your work is very good, Meera, but leadership just isn't about hitting targets, it's about comfort level. Management needs to have a rapport with you.
Of course, I'm completely aligned with the team and our meetings are always productive.
Meetings are formal, Meera. Real connections are made in informal settings. And you're always so in your shell. Chalo, let's do one thing. Let's go out for drinks tonight. Let's discuss your future roadmap over dinner. Just you and me. It'll help break the ice a little bit.
I can't. I have to leave a little early tonight. But how about we take this up tomorrow morning in the conference room?
Look, Meera, growth doesn't happen in conference room. It becomes a little hard to trust somebody who doesn't exactly cooperate with leadership. You need to decide how serious you are about your career. I hope you understand what it is.
Did he just indirectly threaten me? I mean, see, he just talked about networking at dinner. But what did he mean? And even if I go to the HR, what proof do I have to say?
This was subtle quid pro quo. Usually it doesn't happen this directly. Someone doesn't openly ask you for a physical favor. The seniors usually resort to these terminologies like going an extra mile, extending your late night hours for the meetings in the uncomfortable and private settings.
Or like calling it flexible?
Yeah, being flexible.
Because the demand is not direct, you might feel confused or think that probably you're overthinking. You might feel scared that the HR won't believe you because there is no direct threat. POSH protects you from these subtle traps. You have every right to raise your voice. Hey Priya, again buried in that screen. I brought an extra coffee for you. Anyway, it's Friday. Any plans for the weekend?
No thanks, Raghav. I'm not having coffee this right now, and I have some personal plans this weekend. And I really need to wrap up this project, please.
Come on, yeah, we are part of the same team. Why do you always act so reserved? Anyway, I sent you a reel on WhatsApp last night to it. You didn't reply. You left it on scene. At least reply.
Raghav, I don't check messages late at night, and I want to keep things a little strictly professional between us. And please let me get back to work, please.
Wow, so much attitude. See, I was just trying to help you mix with the team. It's very hard to survive in this corporate world all alone, without friends. Good luck with your report. I'll see you tomorrow.
Hey, what up? Hey Meera, I've been feeling very anxious lately. This Raghav, he's been hovering around my place all over again. And if he tries to be friendly with me and I say no to him, he says that I'm very unfriendly or somebody who has a lot of attitude. I really do not know what to do. And like last week, he didn't put me on a look for a very important meeting. What? Yeah.
Priya, this isn't just him being unfriendly. You know, when a colleague deliberately refuses to accept your no and starts isolating you and creates hurdles in your work, that is called creating a hostile work environment. Harassment doesn't just come from a boss. It can come from a colleague too. You need to break your silence on this. Come on, let's go to the HR.
Mr. Raghav, sending late night personal messages to a colleague, belittling them in front of your employees when they reject your advances, and blocking professional communication. This is not team building. This is retaliation and harassment.
But I'm not her boss, I can't fire her. I'm just trying to be friends.
The Posh Act just isn't about power dynamics. A safe and respectful work environment is every employee's right. Just because you choose to cross personal boundaries and ruin the office atmosphere because of a bruised ego does not come under a zero tolerance policy. Even as a colleague, you must maintain professional limits.
Often we heard a lot of incidences where women have been sexually harassed in a workspace, right?
But what if the victim is a guy? I mean, don't men face harassment too?
Well, for that we have to see a seemingly normal work environment.
Hi Rahul. Nice shirt, huh? Suits you very well, I would say. Looking quite sharp.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm just wrapping up my this month's schedule.
Come on, the schedule and the report will keep happening. By the way, what did you think about that, the new client pitch? I think you would be the perfect fit for it. But your presentation skills are a little stiff.
I'm learning, ma'am.
Rahul, practicing and learning doesn't happen alone. What you say, come by my cabin at 7 p.m. tonight. I will personally help you with this. We will refine this pitch a little. I will groom you, personally.
Ma'am, I think I have to leave now. My gym is scheduled for now, ma'am.
Rahul, putting in long hours in the corporate world is a very necessary thing. Or else your career in this industry will become short. Management needs to see you're flexible. Now, the choice is yours. Do you want the pitch or do you want to go to the gym? 7 p.m. My cabin.
Hey, what's up, Kabir? Oh, Sonia ma'am assessing you again.
Dude, she's sleazy, creepy. She's touching me all over, bro. I think I have to leave this job, man. Nahi hoga.
Wait. Why will you quit the job? Go to the HR, file a complaint with IC. Why will you quit the job?
Are you crazy? I'm a man, no? I'm a male. Posh is for women. As a man, we are supposed to endure this. No. It doesn't make sense. Law cries for them.
Stop right there. I mean, I understand initially it was made for the protection of women, but it is gender neutral.
Gender neutral?
Yes, absolutely.
So that means I can also complain.
Absolutely, Rahul. It is completely gender neutral. If any kind of harassment, be it sexual harassment or inappropriate touching or quid pro quo, you can easily complain to HR or IC. It can be confidential, it can be in written form. And what Sonia did to you is complete violation of a zero tolerance policy.
Did you hear that, Rahul? You don't have to stay silent. You have every right to raise your voice.
So friends, the matter is simple.
Exploitation has no gender. Pain, nervousness, and feeling uncomfortable can be faced by anyone.
So read your company's policy. If it's not gender neutral, question the HR.
But now, the most important question is, how do we identify these unconscious biases? But more importantly, how do we change it?
Through an easiest example, that is a 3-second rule.
Before you are about to form a first impression about someone, or you are ready to take an important decision, just pause for 3 seconds.
And ask yourself, am I making this decision based on facts or is just a feeling?
Or am I questioning their caliber? Or making choices based on their clothes or the place they come from or some unconscious bias?
If you think a female employee can't be a good fit for technical roles, or if you think a male employee can't be a good fit for HR, stop right there. That's your unconscious bias topic.
Challenge yourself. Question your brain's very first thought. And if you ever come across when your peer or your colleague is getting harassment or is facing bias-related issues, please don't stay silent. Don't be a bystander. Always be an upstander.
Because a person can't bring a change in a whole system.
When we change these small everyday mindsets,
That is when our future and our culture will truly change.
Against harassment,
Raise your voice! Break the silence!
make a choice. Against